Well, good afternoon. Surprise. Anyway, man, I was half full of sleep. I said, no, I can't do that. I was watching some boring, really boring sci fi movie. And man, that sets me. Oh, John Blaze. You know, these over the counter products, by the way, they just don't work. Gotta take them benzos, man. It doesn't take much, a quarter of a milligram. Ah, give it a half hour and it'll help you sleep like a bye bye. All this products out there because they say they use natural ingredients. Everybody thinks that something that is natural, oh, it must be great. You know, I ordered this soup at the restaurant and they threw in some ashwagandha or whatever the fuck it is or something. That makes it extra special. It plays no part in really anything. Anyway, anyway, kind of bad news for the hobgoblin, really. Yeah, it's going to be carrying on for a while. Like, his attorney's not doing anything. He was supposed to file a motion, actually. Privileged information here. I'm not telling anybody. Shh, don't tell anybody. Privileged information here. He was supposed to file a motion in order to, let's just say, kind of try to negotiate terms. He hasn't done anything. So his attorney's done nothing. I just got off the phone with the attorney, the second attorney that I use. His associate knows what I'm trying to say. Okay, so call it what it is. Now, this is privileged information. Shh, I'm not telling anybody. This is a secret. Well, well, it's unfortunate that his attorney hasn't done anything. And unless there's a motion filed or anything going on, then this is, he's going to have to wait till sometime in March. So he's not going anywhere. No, I feared not. I guess it's just business as usual. Yeah. And the lawyer said there's been no resolution received in regarding his girlfriend's Board of Immigration, whatever complaint. There's been no resolution sent at all for that. That's been very quiet. I guess they're mulling over all the information that we sent. Now, shh, shh. Don't let this get out to the feller. But I guess he's going to be sitting there for a while. Yep. Into the new season of spring. God knows how long. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. I'm in no hurry. I'm just, going about my life. And, but don't tell him about this. This is between you and me, okay? Promise? Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Apparently, there's really no communication between him and his attorney. Now, again, this is privileged information, very privileged information. You got to be quiet about this. Promise? You got to be quiet about this. No communication between him and his lawyer, nothing. And no communication between his lawyer and my lawyer. Nada, not a thing. Awfully quiet in the legal world right now. It's one of these things that's your guess is as good as mine. So, I also dared to ask my attorney, this is privileged information now, can he get married under these circumstances? I just wanted to know the answer to that. Yes or no? Well, the answer was no. The answer was no. Another lie from that critter. Under the circumstances, with no active visa, the whole ball of wax, the court case, all that shit. No. You need certain documentation, you need NBI clearances, you even need a clearance from the United States of any offenses or bench warrants or any shit like that. All that rolled up into one perfectly good tailored cigarette. You know what I mean? And he doesn't have any of that stuff. Nothing. He'll lie all the way up to the point of he's tethered to a stake and they start a fire underneath him. The villagers are yelling, "Burn! Burn!" He'll still tell a lie until he burns to a piece of crisp bacon. Stubborn. You heard the expression, stubborn as a mule. Well, I think it's beyond that. Well beyond that. So don't tell anybody now. Shh. This is confidential. Promise me now. This is very confidential. Nothing's going anywhere. Right now, I'm not going anywhere. That's for show. There's been no resolution, which is a good sign. In regards to that other matter that you guys like to talk about, where you're waving goodbye, Frankie. Well, it's not goodbye yet. I don't think we're even close to that. Right now, it's still at the hello stages. But all that great information we turned in, this is confidential now. This is confidential. There ain't nothing happening. I mean, there ain't nothing going on. It's kind of a bad situation for him because if his lawyer is not, responding to anything, then he, not me, he is stretching this thing out. I'm not. I'm just going about my business every day. I talk to you bloats on here now and then, and that's all that's going on. It's just another day in paradise, man. It's another day in paradise. No, I don't know what the heck is going on in the courts. Well, that would be a little bit of a lie. Just tiny bit. Tiny bit. I do sort of kind of know what's going on. And I sort of kind of have a good idea as to where this is all heading. But, there's certain things I can discuss, and there's certain things I can't. And I'm being a naughty, very naughty boy by saying anything here on public media. Oh, God. And I mean that. I'm being naughty, very naughty. Remember, it's confidential, right? It's between you and me, right? No action, either direction. So, I think we're back to the status quo. His attorney knows what he has to do, and he hasn't done anything. When I say anything, I mean anything. Or my lawyer would know, obviously so, right? Now, these guys have been pretty much on vacation the whole time, and, nothing's been going on, either with immigration or anything. If we hear something, we'll hear something, but right now, there's been no resolution to his girlfriend's little problem. God knows what they're doing in regards to that, too. They're probably investigating her. I have an idea. Well, okay, I shouldn't say this, but he did hint that they're really interested in the DOJ is not in the immigration itself. Kind of interested in this situation. Just a mild interest, though. It's nothing, gargantuous or something. the harboring and aiding and abetting, and the possibility of perjury on her report. But that's my understanding. Human rights. How does Barry fund his legal defense? Well, he's had his Social Security disability the whole time. That's why he gets mad. He didn't want to go to the court. He wanted to appear on camera. And the reason he wants to appear on camera is very simple. He still has to pay the lawyer, but he doesn't want to have to pay the money to be transported to the actual courthouse. That's why. No, he has to be paying the lawyer. I told you, he's got money. He just doesn't want to spend it. That's what the whole charade was this whole time. Now, he comes up with a different story. Oh, yeah, I got my money now. They got my money now. They put it in my account. Well, the reason he did that is pretty obvious. Because the cat's out of the bag, and it's been out of the bag. Everybody knows he's been receiving his Social Security. Only some dumbasses would ever believe what he said. How do you think he's been surviving? Why do you think he's got a stomach that looks like he's 7 months pregnant? How do you think he's ordering Grab food and all this shit, which gets expensive every day? You need money for that. It's not for free. Delivery's not necessarily for free either. Hope that kind of answers some of your questions. No, lawyers don't work for free. No, they don't work for free. That's for sure. You could ask me about that. Look, my attorneys might have some affection for me in some odd way, but I mean, business. At the end of the day, whatever they make their paycheck, that's what they went to school for. I could say, well, okay, come on, man, give me a break. And actually, a couple of times he did give me a slight break, since I'm such a good customer of his. But in reality, the guy is called a lawyer. Went to school for it. That's what he does for a living. That's what Barry's attorney does and does for a living. Whether he's a good attorney or not, that remains to be seen. So far, I don't know, man. He just doesn't like Barry, is what it is. You know how demanding Barry could be, yelling at the embassy, yelling at immigration, doing all the things he shouldn't be doing. Now, what happened now? Why is Barry not on? So if you didn't understand that situation, it's a combination of two things. His girlfriend's been ragging at him on his persistent burying himself, and digging his own hole, putting on shows. Secondly, is because immigration did not come down there when he said they were going to take his phone away. That was bullshit. Nobody came on, but guess what? A few days later, I believe they did. Well, how do I know this? Because I sent the report to them along with him and his girlfriend's videos over at the detention center when they were partying. Hope that answers your question. Human rights. Oh, he admitted finally his disability payments are coming in. Well, no, he said that all of a sudden now they contacted him. Yeah, he said he contacted them. It was a Sunday, Philippines time, and their offices weren't open in the States. So there's no way in the world he contacted Social Security. Because, tell you the truth, if you live in the United States and you try to make a phone call to them, you could rarely ever get through. So is he like extra special? And they're going to answer him on their day off, or a business day is not, well, it's not a business day or whatever. No, man, another fucking lie. In other words, he's been lying to all you people up until this exact second. Lying about everything he said. I just confirmed it with my attorney that no, under his circumstances, he cannot get married. I'm going to repeat it in case you're as deaf as I am. He cannot get married, and he's not getting married. Okay. Well, the Gcash should be working. I don't know. I'll put it out again. Let me ask Gilda live. You could hear her if she's awake. She's been laying in the living room resting. That Gcash should work. I know because there's a little something in there now. I mean, it's there. It's working. Maybe we fucked up on a digit, or you fucked up on a digit, or something. I don't know. Let me just kind of walk in there and yeah, see if she's awake in the living room. Living room. Oh, oh, I fistos. Hold on a second there. I don't want to interrupt her if she's resting, but it should be the same number. Oh, man. Well, the best I could do is when this show is over and she's awake, I can just post it again on the, I don't know, description or comment section on my show. How's that? And if you want to donate, great. And for anybody else who wants to donate on this, God, I've been speaking to John Blaze to the show that he can't sleep. Well, I'll tell you, man, I have been really tired lately. And, I'm feeling my age or something, but I'll tell you, um, yeah, I just had no energy lately. I got to try to find some good B12. No, really, I've been downtown today and I'm fine. When I'm active, I'm fine. In fact, we went out for lunch. We had some chicken katsu for me and Gilda and her youngest son, just getting out of school, and we made a meal for him, some chicken katsu, and I was feeling energetic. There's no problem, but the minute I'm home, to be quite honest with you, if I'm laying on my chair wanting to watch TV, I can't count how many times. I thought I had narcolepsy. I looked up narcolepsy, and some of it could apply, but not all of it. There's different types of narcolepsy. I think that's one of the reasons I won't drive a car. Because the last time I ever drove was, well, no, it was in Hawaii, no problems. But I do remember my friend Bob, who died of pancreatic cancer. He lived on the other side of the island. I went to visit Bob. He said, "Listen," he came. Well, actually, he came over here to visit me, and we just he wanted to drive around the island and do something. Okay, Bob's a good guy. Let's go drive. But halfway around the island, I mean, my eyes were starting to shut, you know. And I said, Bob, do me a favor. Let me let you drive so we don't get into an accident or something, because I was starting to nod off at the wheel. And when I started realizing that, I said, no, I can't take a chance and endanger myself or Bob. I don't know. It's probably an isolated incident or something on there, but it could be anything. But yeah, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't have the energy, but it's according. If I'm stagnant, you know, then I'll feel like John Blaze was complaining that he's retired now. Uh, he doesn't know what the hell to do with himself. Well, welcome to retired world. Welcome. It's a big club, John Blaze. It's a big club. It's a big club. Maybe you're not my age, but you know, it is what it is, as he says. Yeah. It's when I'm sitting down in the chair, and I'm like, at the remote, I might have be holding it in my hand, or the phone. Maybe I was looking up something on the phone. The phone drops out of my hand, and it's like this momentary thing that only lasts for a few seconds, where my eyes get shut and I start seemingly to go to sleep, but I don't go to sleep. It's kind of like my conscious is aware that I'm about to go nod off, and then it's telling my body, no, you can't do that. And I don't go to sleep. I wake up every single time. He's just talking about even milliseconds or seconds, and I wake up. And I'm thinking, do I have narcolepsy?
Well, I went to look that up, and I don't really see that I do. There's some similarities, but there's a couple of factors that might add to why that's happening. Because actually, I'm not really getting the proper amount of sleep that I think my body is screaming out, telling me. That's part of it. Yeah, I don't know. Was it last night? I went to bed about 10, and I'm still up at 11 o'clock. I had to check some medication that I take to help me sleep. Did I grab something wrong thing? No, I didn't grab the wrong thing. Normally, yeah, it's not a problem. Well, I eventually did fall asleep. I had to adjust the temperature in the room. I had to do, and one thing that happens a lot. I don't know if this if it happens to you guys. I shut my phone completely off when I go to bed. They're not supposed to hear any messages or nothing, any beeps or nothing. But even when and maybe somebody could straighten me out on this. I said I'm no technical wizard and never claimed I was. Supposedly, when you shut that phone off, you don't hear shit, or you shouldn't. But when I shut that phone off, if there's like any little kind of messages or something going through, you'll hear a beep. You'll hear activity on there. Okay, why is that happening when your phone is totally shut off? Okay, he could never bring his girlfriend to USA. The minimum, yeah, his income requirements too, right? The minimum income requirements to bring a wife to United States from the Philippines is 25,550 per year for a household of two, right? So there's no qualification on that. Hey, Brisket, good afternoon to you. And there's Jeniston Battaglia, Legal Services. Come on, man. John Blaze needs to do a retirement apprentice with Mr. B. Well, the fact that you're being an asshole using somebody's name here, I have to hide you on a channel. I'm sorry. It's not being nice. Come on, man. So, if anybody could answer that question about why is it that when you shut your phone completely off, you're not rebooting it, you're shutting it off. Bing! I'm hearing a beep on the phone when any kind of a message system is coming in. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And if you could answer that question, I'd appreciate it. I have no idea. I'm clueless with that. So, you know what I do now? I put the damn phone in the other room. That's what I do. There's a lot of times, I see I'm a light sleeper. That's why nobody could sneak up on me. No, nothing, I'm a light sleeper. So light. And I'll get up if I hear noise, anything. So when something beeps on the phone, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it. Can't figure it out. In regards to, okay, me nodding out during the day, there's numerous reasons why that could happen. I mean, I eat very well. I take vitamins and stuff like that. We could throw age in on that because I don't nap. I've said this before. I don't nap during the day. I think almost everyone I ever talked to says that they nap during the day. Seniors. I never take a nap during the day. And by the way, they said it's okay to nap if you want to nap. Um, However, don't do it more than a half hour, an hour, because that's not actually healthy for your heart. I don't know what that's all about. I just have heard that. But no, I don't nap. I don't nap. I know that the times in the past I ever napped, I did feel refreshed. I must tell you that. I do not generally wake up feeling refreshed, like greet the new day. No, I come on and talk to you, lovely people, a lot of times. Jesus loves you. Yeah, well, thank you for that. You go tell Jesus I love him too. You do that. Well, if Jesus loved me, he'd let me sleep well. He would take 30 years off my age. That's the kind of love I need, brother. But yeah, there's not a day that goes by I'm not nodding out somewhere. I may start to listen to something on YouTube when it gets too monotonous. I'm out. Well, not permanently, but the phone drops out of my hand, just like that. God, they used to happen to me with Fazio. Oh my God. Listening to Fazio is like, I had to really push myself through. I could never listen to a whole show of his because he was on for a long time. And it's just something with the sound of his voice and everything. You remember how I used to say, if you've been a long term listener of mine, some people just give me a visceral effect when I listen to their voice. Barry does that to me. Fazio does that to me. And even Popeye. There's three people out of a lot of people, but three people: Popeye, Barry, and yeah, Fazio. You don't have to worry about Fazio no more. He's long gone. Goodbye, brother. What a troublemaker that guy was. Good riddance. Sorry, I don't show mercy on some people when I don't have any reason to show mercy. That's just the way it is. I'll tell you what, I've learned a lot from some of the kind of shows that I watch on TV. There's a message to every one of them. Now, I'm into sci fi, that kind of stuff, and, about destruction, mankind, and how people are just turning on each other. Oh, it's not just here on YouTube. Man, it's everywhere. Have you tried? Yeah, I did. Nah, that don't work. I talk to Benny the Benzo. That's what I do. Yeah. The good thing about taking that shit, it does help you sleep, get to sleep. But the bad thing about it is the limitation on time. Because unlike other Benzo brothers, like, what's the other shit? The brother of this one, which actually lasts longer. Um, I just call it like a shelf life, is what I call it. Its effectiveness is really only 4 to 6 hours, and it's very possible. Look, here's the thing: I can't get beyond 6 hours a night. It's very rare. I just don't get over 6 hours. Sometimes I only get five, but my average on a good night is 6 hours sleep. Six. That's not good enough. And you're not going to feel refreshed with only 6 hours of sleep because even as a senior, you need at least seven minimum to eight. You still do. You still do. And a lot of people say that seniors don't need as much sleep, but that's not true. No. The reason seniors get up a lot is because some of them have a really enlarged prostate and they have to get up to take a pee. I have a little enlarged one, but not a little enlarged. That's actually more on a slight enlarged, but it's very rare that I have to get up and take a pee. What happens is I'll take a pee. If I happen to wake up, I figure, well, okay, while I'm up, I'll take a piss. But that's about it. Go back to bed, and then I'll wind up going back to sleep again. Nah, melatonin doesn't work very well. You know, I don't know what the answer is. I really don't know. Have Barry come over here and knock me out, and I'll go to sleep. Yeah, day that's ever going to happen. But yeah, I think sleep is an issue with me. I don't think I know it is. I mean, I'd like to get more sleep. As I said, I do not wake up feeling refreshed. Like, greet the day, hello world. Not really. I've only experienced that very minimal. I know that when I used to take a nap, I mean, we're talking a long time ago, there were times I'd take a rare nap in the middle of the day. And yeah, that was refreshing in the middle of the day to take a nap. You feel more relaxed and, you're not on YouTube. You're not on new YouTube. You're not on YouTube. You're not on YouTube. You feel relaxed. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it tomorrow. Maybe I'll take like a half hour nap and have my lady wake me up after a half hour, 45 minutes or something. Hmm. Let's see. Brisket says sleep quality varies too. Someone could sleep several hours but get very little, 70, I think you meant, but get very little deep sleep. Well, if you dream, and I do dream a lot, that should be REM, is it not? That means you're in a deep sleep. So I got to knock that theory. When I sleep, I have to be getting some deep sleep because generally, if you're dreaming, that's a deep sleep. And you could correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see. Prescott says you would fall asleep after a few hours of him trying to knock you out with his little mantis arms. You would just get eyes. Oh, please. No, retirement ain't it all to be. I mean, listen to John Blaze, who says he's retired. He's going out of his fucking mind because he's spending a lot of time with his new wife, his newly Americanized wife, who's enjoying the amenities of America. Of America. Oh, she's Americanized now. I told you what's going to happen. Whether I get off YouTube or not, if I'm dead or get off YouTube, I want you to remember what I said. At some point in time, he's going to do what a lot of Filipinos have done. They got the guy to bring him to America. They learn everything: how to drive a car, to get their license, to get their green card, to get a job. They don't need him anymore and make friends. A lot of Filipinos out there, apparently, they're meeting. She's set. She's set. Set without having to be with him if she chooses not to. Oh, yeah. John Blaze thinks he knows everything, but he really doesn't. He's taking all this shit. He said he was taking D3, 50,000 international units. And look, if you know me, I'm kind of a guru on that stuff. 45 years worth of guruism. And you don't take 50,000 IUs of vitamin D3, which would be considered pharmaceutical doses only warranted by a doctor for some kind of specific reason. And even so, I just don't see anybody taking 50,000 IUs of vitamin D3. Sorry, I got more experience than John Blaze, Larry Evans. A lot more experience than he does with this kind of shit. According to Google, dreaming doesn't necessarily mean deep sleep. Yeah, you might be right on that. I'm going to retract what I said because now that you brought that up, yeah, it doesn't necessarily. It's an indication, though, but yeah, not necessarily. I mean, I can get up real easy. I can get up real easy. It doesn't take much, a noise or something. But getting older does not mean that you need less sleep, and that's not the truth. And I read this and read this and read it over, and they said no. As an adult and now a young child, even growing up as a teenager, they'll need sometimes 8, even up to 14 hours sleep if you're really young. Like a dog, for example, can sleep or rest 14 hours of the day. That's what a dog mostly does. My dogs are laying around all day. Kind of wish they were more active, but they're not beach dogs or nothing, and they're house dogs. They love it here. They love going in the yard. Tried to do different with them, but they're pretty stubborn. according to Google. Yeah, okay. Dreaming often with REM sleep. Dreams during a deep sleep are usually less and vivid and less likely to be remembered. Well, I don't remember all my dreams. I remember a few of them here and there, you know. I'll get up and say, damn, I had this really weird dream, you know. Now I've learned more about dreams. There you go. See? Helped you out by talking about this. You did some research on it. Sleeping disorders are so common amongst, well, not just Americans, but everyone. For example, if you got a lot of shit on your mind, you maybe on a conscious level, maybe on a conscious level, you're not realizing these things, you know, but on a subconscious level, you know, you're dealing with court cases, you're dealing with other shit, you're dealing with other shit. You may not realize that's happening, but your subconscious does. And that's the truth. That could be part of it too. I got a lot of unfinished business, shall I say. I think you know what that is. That lays pretty heavy on your mind because everything has a start, everything has an end, and you want to come to a conclusion sometimes on different things that are going on. Fisto, are you still there? Oh, you're up.
Yeah.
I hate to ask you again, but somebody on here wanted to send something to Gcash. And they said that my number is not working. And they said that they tried it.
She said it's working. You remember it's working, right?
Well, Fisto, I think that was...
delete that one. It's working, your number.
It's working?
Yeah.
All right. Want to give me it again? I'll put it out here verbally. Okay, you guys were showing interest in the Gcash situation here for my show. I'll just verbally put this out there. Oh, hello, Newman. Yeah, there's Anthony. Oh, it's some secret information I put out. I shouldn't tell anybody. But there's really nothing going on with the, you know, the Hunchback's legal situation. Talked to my lawyer on a text, and was it a text? Yeah, it was a text. And he, nope, guy didn't file a motion for anything. Nothing going on. Nothing with immigration. No resolution's been filed against me further. Well, they mull over all the new information, probably. That's all I know. And it looks like it's going to be March if his lawyer doesn't contact mine or the court. He has to file a motion, the guy, and it doesn't look like that's happening. So I guess he's going to be in there for a while because his lawyer hasn't been doing really anything. Brisket says, to summarize, the other lawyer has done nothing for his good, nothing for client. Okay. Okay, you want to give me that number again? Okay. Hold on. This will be the Gcash number. Fisto showed an interest in doing a Gcash. Anybody else? And you too, Anthony. The Gcash number for me. Huh? All right. Let's give you another number here.
My number.
All right, here's a new number for you. Are you guys ready for this? Okay, the new number will be, drum roll,
0,
0, 9, 2, 7, 7, 8, 3, 2, what's that number? 4, 4.
3.
Okay, let's...
Yeah, 4, 3, 3.
All right, let's go to the whole number again here. Okay, 0, 9,
2778.
2778,
3243.
3243,
3.
3, another 3. Okay? Okay. Take a note of it, guys. That'll be the new Gcash number. And I'll try to put that in the description after the show, if I don't forget. But there you go. Yeah, there's really not much to talk about on that legal side. And as I said, there's certain things I can't talk about, but superficial shit, dates, whatever, cooperation of any lawyer. Yeah, I could rap about that, but I mean, there's a couple of things I do know about I can't talk about, but and that would not be I would not be privileged to talk about. There's some things I got to keep to myself. Hope you understand that. Let's just say there's a lot of things that has to be done this month. This month. A lot of things have to be done this month. You disagree. Barry is good for something. He serves as a bad example. Anthony says, how not to do life. Brisket says, to Anthony, there would be some that would need that example. Anthony says, by whom? Okay, so all that money's going to be rolling in now. Am I not correct on this, guys? You got my Gcash number? Would I be correct on that, folks? Would I be correct? Step right up, folks. Step right up. Give with your heart. Give with your heart. Because I, deep inside, know that you care. I know that you care. It's been a pretty crazy 2024. There's no doubt about that. By what? Brisket says BY. Oh, Brisket says, if the other guy is anything to go by, you're getting tens of thousands of pesos. Yeah. Brisket says, does Gcash work outside of PH? You know something, man? I don't think so. And maybe that's what the problem is here. Because I got a lot of you folks that don't. I never really got around. I had a PayPal years ago, and I don't know all the information on it. When I was living in, I don't know, Hawaii, I was selling photographs on eBay. I used to sell stuff on eBay. And I used to go with PayPal. But I never set up a pay. And the reason I haven't set up a PayPal account is because, as I said, my future on YouTube is very questionable. Day to day, I take it day to day on here. I know when I'm ready. I'll know exactly when I'm ready. Since I'm still doing shows, apparently I haven't come to that point yet. So it's pointless to say that after this show, because you're not going to believe me anyway. And I'm probably not going to believe myself. I'm very impulsive. Not repulsive now. No, I didn't say repulsive. I said impulsive. Call me what you want, and you've called me everything else. No, I'm very impulsive as far as my tenure here on YouTube, you know. Very, very impulsive. It's kind of like you get into one of these moments when you feel you need to say something about something of some importance, and you want to share it with your buds. Well, you're a funny guy. You're just a funny guy. You're so funny. I'll show you how funny you are. That's how funny you are. Anthony says, can I use Gcash in the USA? No, somebody from out of the country can't use Gcash?
You can use.
Oh, you can?
You can use.
Okay, she said that you can use Gcash. Okay. Anthony says the only way you can use Gcash in the United States is if you hold a valid Filipino passport.
My friend in US used Gcash to send me.
What's that?
My friend in US, they sent some Gcash to me.
Oh yeah, she says her friend in the U.S. Sometimes she'll get Gcash from her friend in the U.S. So yeah, apparently that does work. I was a little skeptical on that, but apparently it does work. So the number I just gave out, I was wondering why can't I leave messages on my own show here? I told you, man. You know my phone is crazy, or I'm just so technically stupid. Probably both. That in the message section, I can't leave a message on here. I cannot post a message. Is that normal, Gilda? If you're doing a live show, there's a message box where you're reading people's comments, right?
Yeah,
How come I don't have the ability to put a message of my own in there?
I don't know.
I mean, the box for me does not show out. Okay, what is this? The box for me don't show out. It's very strange. I don't know why. I have no idea. I said that my phone is a little bit funky. I'm telling you, really, it doesn't show out. Okay, what's this arrow for? Copy link or create post. Okay. Okay. Did that? I don't know what happened. It kind of disconnected me and put me back on again. You just have to remember that number. I don't know why. I don't know why. I hit this arrow. It's like a right pointing arrow on here. You'd think I'd noticed by now, right? Over the years. But phone to phone could be different. Hit the arrow and it takes me, says, to make a post. Well, I did that. And it was able to let me write something here. But, you know, pin message. Frank, there are a couple of what? So I can see on there. Okay, there are a couple of other payment platforms that should work for you that keeps both parties anonymous from each other. Do you have an email you can share that I can email? Yeah, I have a social media email, which is Frank. You can see how old this is by the title of it. Frank in Hawaii. The number's 54 at yahoo.com. And you can see by the Hawaii in there, which I don't live there anymore, I use that for social media. But nevertheless, my understanding, you are able to send a Gcash. And I'm not sure what Fisto wanted to send something, but he was having a problem. I don't know why. Maybe he didn't punch the number in right or something like that. I don't know. All right, I got that. There's a couple of ways of doing this. Okay. Yeah, you could try emailing me that, but I'm here right now, so if you want to donate. Gcash is working. Remember, folks, we're broke here. We are going broke to the poorhouse. I'm a dirt farmer. I'm becoming a dirt farmer. Yep. Help the cause. Help the cause. Why? Well, because. You know why. You know why. Got including myself, 11 people here. Well, it's an odd type of a time of the day. But I got 8 thumbs up out of 11. You can't beat that with a stick, you know. I wish I had one of those shows that get like 100,000 viewers at one time. There are some. My goodness. You couldn't even read the people's comments because they were going by like a ticker tape machine. I've seen that happen on some shows. You couldn't put a message in there that anybody was going to see because the comments were just going up and down like crazy. And that doesn't happen on my show, and historically that has never happened. I should be so lucky. 9 out of 9. 9 out of 9. 11 out of 9. Here we go. All right, now that we got the Gcash number out of the way, I will post that. Well, as I said, I hate to use those words, if and when I do another show, but just don't mind me at the moment, okay? You'll know. Believe me, you'll know when I'm off. Because you won't hear anything in the morning. You won't hear any responses to anything. You won't hear anything. I'm either dead or I'm off YouTube for good. And there would be no question at that point. Hey, I was off for a couple of weeks, not too terribly long ago, which proves I do have the ability to stay off YouTube if I just put my mind to it. You just got to do it, whether it's quit smoking, whatever it might be, quit drinking. You just got to do it. That's how you start things. You know, let it roll. That's what you do. Oh, I've seen this movie. I don't want to see this again. Oh, shit. With Vin Diesel. I don't know, with Planet Dishonor or something. He's killing some creatures. But still, I don't understand why I can't see a comment box where I can actually pump in a comment on here. Now that doesn't make any sense at all, and it's been like this for a long time. I have absolutely no clue. Let's see. Chat filter, community moderation, that doesn't apply. No. Then I have one message that just hangs in there. So, Sexpert Hunter just left a message. But underneath there is brisket and lottery tickets. His message remains in there. I don't know why. John Blaze gives the best BJs. Why? Because he gave one to you? Something we don't know about here, boy? Oh, it's a pinned message. All it says on there, Frank, there are a couple, or C-O-U-P, that's all it says. Oh, I must have pinned it myself by accident. Okay. That was stupid. Let me see if I can remedy that. Unpinned, there we go. Okay, there we go. See, you guys know a lot more than I do. I've been on here for a long time. Very long time. I want to try something again. No, I'm not going to go ask her the number again. I already posted the number. As I said, if I leave this show on, I'll put in the description box or a comment section. I'll leave the Gcash number. How's that? Is that fair enough? I gave you a chance to write it down anyway. Either one of them should work. I'm giving out 2 numbers, so either one of them actually should work. I don't see why not. Fisto came on and said he tried my Gcash and it didn't work. I don't understand that. Gilda says it is active, so there shouldn't be any problem with that. Yeah. Anyway, that's the news of the nation of the day. There's nothing going on, really. And I mean there's nothing going on. And I do mean zero. His lawyer is apparently not being very cooperative with him. And I just recently been able to get a hold of my lawyers because, well, they've been on a long vacation since before Christmas, maybe even since Thanksgiving. No, since Christmas. Christmas, New Year's, and a weekend came after that. Did no business on the weekends. Then even after that, one of them just told me, yeah, I just came back from whatever. Maybe went on vacation or something. And, they have the right to take off too. They're not there to your beck and call every minute. They got families and they got things going on other than their work. Some people have a life. Yeah, believe it or not. Although these guys are not retired either, you know. They're still working age, and, well, still choose to work. Though my main attorney is kind of getting up there a little bit, his associate is a lot younger. You gotta have some time for yourself. Can't be all work and no play. Doesn't work well that way. Okay, gentlemen and gentlemen, I gotta get out of here. I think that concludes my shows for the day. I realize there really hasn't been shit on here. And I know you're used to listening to Barry on here. He's off. And I think there's a reason he's off. It's because he actually did get a visit from immigration after all, even after his lie. And you could blame me for that all you want, day and night. Because I sent a letter with the detention stuff that was going on at the detention center on New Year's. A long letter, along with some clips, or full video, actually. I think they got a hold of it, as I think what actually happened, and they put an end to it. Or you could go to the backup plan, where his girlfriend got so pissed off that she read him his rights and told him, "You're not making this good for us, dude." And said, "You need to get off this fucking thing or I'm not going to see you anymore." She probably laid the law down on him, her own law. She probably did that. I'm not thinking that's totally the case. I think it was my extra effort. Because I got sick and tired of hearing him do the same shit all the time. He didn't want to shut his mouth. I had to shut it for him. Even took his channel down. Now Ricky, what's going on with Ricky? He's only got one from a month ago. One episode, shall I call it, of his channel. That's all he's got on there. I think he had problems. YouTube took him down or something. But if that's the case, he'll go on the Big Shot Travel channel that he has. So I checked it out if you really want to hear Ricky. Yeah. Blaze job, haha, nice. Blaze is in love with himself. I don't know. I think Blaze seems to think he has to prove his life and self to everybody. I don't know. I've got this, I've got that. My grill is better than yours. My life is better than yours. You know, everything he does is centered around him. Now, does he have a wife? That's possible. Let's just say for granted that it is. Okay. Why is he afraid to put her on camera? I did see a picture of her when he was at an event. That's all I could tell you. Oh, and Blaze thinks that Popeye is good looking because he heard me say that I have 3 pictures of Popeye. Apparently that was either sent out by people who are on that, what do you call other format? I think on Discord or something. And Blaze kind of wondering whether or not he's, really all there and as a man. But he seems to think that Popeye is good looking. And he's standing up on his own without being mobile. Well, these photographs that even I'm in possession of, these are older photographs. And he's not a young man in these photographs either, by the way, just to let you know. He was upright in the photographs. But these were taken a long time ago, very long time ago. Yeah. But John Blaze thinks he's good looking. Gcash. Gcash, that's the word. Why, did you send something, Brisket? Let's get up with that Gcash, folks. It's about time. I step on that platform. Everybody and their grandmother is. I don't see why I can't, but they'll say that Frank is e-begging. Well, I guess everybody on YouTube is e-begging too, because they've got PayPal, they got Gcash, they got Super Chat. But no, they're not e-beggars. Only when this gentleman here, who's provided almost a decade worth of entertainment and education, decides to go on a platform that people will say, oh, he's e-begging. Really? He's e-begging. Is that what I'm doing? That's not what I'm doing. I'm giving my viewers a chance to say, hey man, thank you. Thank you for your shows. Thank you for your entertainment. Thank you for your knowledge. Thanks for taking that asswipe down. Don't need a reason. Don't need a reason. Although there are many reasons, actually, that one would want to donate. Hell, we could always use the extra money. That's for damn sure. Oh, absolutely. We all can. I secretly give donations to channels that you would not know about. I mean, really good quality channels that maybe most people that are all caught up with the local genre Philippines thing, you know. I'm not saying that they're not, these people are not from the Philippines, but no. Let's see. On Antics last show, they asked their viewers to donate $15,000 for Heidi's blood work if she was not feeling. That's George's job. George, she gets money, and George has a job. Yeah, that kind of shit pisses me off. I think I made a comment in there. I had heard at one point she was going to do a GoFundMe to get for health insurance. Now that's pretty ballsy right there. That's ballsy. That's ballsy. No, she's not in good shape health-wise. She's not going to last very long. I don't, it's not wishful thinking on my part. I hope she's fine, but she's already said she's got lupus, she's got a whole lot of shit, she's obese, diabetes, maybe high blood pressure. She's not in good shape. And she does so many shows, that means she's sitting down all damn day. She can't walk far. And she's sitting down every single day doing long shows with Georgie, who likes to wear wigs, by the way. It makes me scratch my head a little bit. I know, it's all a fucking scam. I know. Sex She says, mark my words, next month she will have a health scare and ask for more money. I know. She suspects she has skin cancer. Well, I gotta check my skin. I'm very serious. I've had it before. And on my face, and my nose. I've had it before. I never ask anybody any money for that. Brisket says to Sexpat Hunter, I'm surprised blood work costs so much with a veterinarian. Her bed is in their living room just off the camera. Is that right? Well, we've already established that she's not very healthy. And I'll tell you what, that goes for a lot of YouTubers on here. I don't know, man. I gotta find wood to knock on here. Hold on. Is that wood? Yeah. I've been pretty good. My health is kind of in check. Sometimes I wonder, either the tiredness or something going on here and there, but I could be just fucking bored. Lay it out. I could be just fucking bored. Retirement is not exciting as you think it is. I know what everybody thinks. They move to the Philippines retiring and their life is, they're constantly traveling. They're skiing or scuba diving and doing all the above. Mountain climbing. Most retirees can't do that, at least the ones that move here to the Philippines. Man, I've seen so many guys, even right here in town, maybe they're tourists or maybe they live here. They got a freaking belly that sticks out from here to eternity. I don't even know how they can walk, and they got, of course, this young Filipino on his arm, even a baby. I mean, holy cow. You don't come to a country if you're out of shape and you got no medical insurance. And I don't. I've been approved to have Pacific Cross, but I'm still scratching my head on whether I really want to go with them. Because there's a lot of things they don't cover. Yeah. I mean, I know I need the insurance. I'm getting older, and I am older. I mean, just say it what it is. I am older. I thought I was getting old when I was 40. Now I'm a lot older than that. And I'm still saying I'm getting older. Well, I am getting older. I am old, let's face it. I'm not old like in the head like Popeye is. That guy might be maybe a few years younger than me, but he is older than me in a lot of respects. You know, the way he talks, he sounds very ancient. He sounds like he comes from the 40s or 50s. Well, he might have been born in like 56 or something. I mean, like, he sounds very antique-y. He sounds like a grumpy old man. He's very bitter, you know. Okay, let's see. Okay. Brisket and line, going scrolling down. Brisket says Gcash. Does that mean you sent Gcash, or are you trying to get people to send Gcash? Like Barry says, I'm not forcing you, but if you'd like to pay to my Gcash or my PayPal, I have nothing against that. I mean, I'm not begging and I'm not asking you. But then he'll repeat that about 10 times during the broadcast. I mean, if you don't want to send, that's okay. But if you want to, I sure will. I sure will accept it. I sure will accept it. Well, I'd have to copy it on my other phone. It ain't charged. I don't use my second phone. I got to charge it up. I could transfer the picture, just kind of use my camera on this phone to show you the pictures. I'll get it up there somehow. Yeah. I'll try. As I said, I've been very lazy ever through the holidays. The holidays kind of burnt me out a bit. We had a lot of activity going on there, from Thanksgiving through Christmas, through New Year's, to her birthday. We had a lot of activity here. We had a good part of the time the family was here. The rest of most of them anyway. We always have 2 kids here, though. You know. Hell, her youngest son is 12 years old. He's riding that electric trike like there's no tomorrow, man. They catch on really easy. He's afraid to ride a bicycle. He doesn't want to fall. He's like a very sensitive kid. He doesn't like getting a cut. He doesn't like to see blood. So, it would be delightful for us to buy him a bicycle. He won't use his brother's, who's 14, and he won't use it. I guess he's afraid of falling or something. Now, yesterday he got they went to the beach here. When the other kids were still here, they went to the beach. And he stepped on a stick or something like that. So he's got a little splinter. And that was like a huge deal for him. Everybody was in my room at the time. He was laying down. It was like an operating center, a theater going on. And everybody was sitting on the bed giving advice, this and that. We were trying to find a pair of tweezers, which we couldn't find. Oh, that's what I forgot today. We had a pair of tweezers around here. I cannot find them. Come in handy living in the Philippines. So they were trying this and that to try to get the little piece of wood chip that was in his foot. That's like a big deal to him. But yeah, I tell you what, he drives that electric trike. And it's come in handy, I must say. Now, do I drive it? I actually don't. Because the kids like to drive it, so they wind up driving us down in Santa Fe or whatever. No, not even Gilda. She doesn't even use the. I used it once from the highway to my house, but it's fun. It's zippy. The damn thing is very zippy. It has a little zip to it. It really does. Okay, let's see. Brisket, I'm advertising your Gcash. I have to see if it works for me. Well, do try, Brisket. It'll work. It'll work. Someone should send Heidi a picture of Bummer to put on her wall. If it doesn't make her eat less, I don't know what will. I don't know, guys. This whole saga with Barry, man, it's gotten so old. It's gotten old for you. It's certainly gotten old for me. Then he had to involve his girlfriend, and that was the worst thing. He shouldn't have done that. Like I'm going to say, and I'll say it again, I have nothing against his girlfriend. Never did, other than scratching my head saying why she with him. But then again, that is her business. However, when she put that report in via Barry Jordan, coercing her, that was a whole different other ball game. I don't hate her. I would never wish any harm to her. But she's sort of kind of, and I can't really get into this, but she is kind of sort of getting herself possibly in a little bit of trouble regarding this. And we'll see what happens with the immigration on this yet. There's been no resolution on her complaint. It's been a long time. Because new information has been sent to them, and they're probably mulling that over. As I could, imagine, you know. I think that's what's going on. She should have never listened to Barry. She should have never listened. And she should have dismissed that complaint. But according to Barry, unless he had his way, and I was going to dismiss his case, he wasn't, which means that he does have something to do with it. He's already saying it. Now you do this for me, and I'll do that for you, and I'll have her dismiss her complaint on you. That means he's involved with it. I mean, I got the recording of him anyway, say he coerced his girlfriend and others to do this, to get me the fuck out of the country, his own words. He's already said it. Sex potential says, a little trouble, question mark. Does she think this is a joke? Apparently so. She lied, exaggerated, and was coerced into making the complaint. She absolutely was. She should be in the cell next to him. That would be a scene. Boy, that would be a miracle. Make my whole past year be worthwhile. But as I said, and I really meant that, other than, what's going on with Barry and all that stuff, I just, my own opinion, I think she has poor taste. Duh. Why? Do I have to answer that? Why? But it's her thing. Whatever her rhyme or reason is for wanting to be with the guy out of fear, whether it's a battered wife syndrome or whatever it might be, she's still with him, so to speak, kind of with him, spiritually anyway. He's in jail. Whenever she visits him, she's with him. But you can't maintain a relationship like that. Yeah. You can never maintain a relationship like that. It doesn't work. Not because I'm saying that. It's because it's a fact. It does not work. Briskets and Lottery says, I'm so disgusted with her. I can't even look at the $5 U.S. note anymore. $5 U.S. note? What did that have to do with a $5 U.S. note? What does that have to do with anything? Oh, don't say it. I know what you oh God. I don't say it. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Okay. Her previous boyfriend set the bar so low, even lower than Bummer, I heard. Abe Lincoln? Oh my God. Do you think she looks like Abe Lincoln? Really? Where did that come from? I know what you... Six-Man Hunter, I know exactly what you meant, okay? We got you. I think everybody got you. No, I never said that. Abe Lincoln, I don't see where that comes in, really. Interesting comparison, though. I never really thought about that. Not really. Abe Lincoln? Wow. I don't see a top hat. They were saying about, what was it, George Washington? His teeth? They were made of wood. Wood. And but they really weren't functional. And they invented this absolutely unique thing where they created some kind of a wire or something in there that would somehow be able to hold the wooden teeth in. I can't even imagine what they had to go through in those times. There was a time that they didn't have any medication that would control your pain. They'd let people get drunk and just bear with it, man. Pretty amazing shit. Their sense of humor got in the way. Yeah. Elsie the cow. Hold on a minute here.
Yeah, it's okay to have a sense of humor, no problem, man. But yeah, it really was suck ass what she did, though. Here, I mean, I got a real relationship. There's real love. The whole ball of wax. Okay, need I have to dive into this that much? And just because her boyfriend is incarcerated by his own actions, because he thinks he's so above the law, does not mean that you have to enact revenge. I'm settled down on here. I have a house. I indeed have a family out here. I do have a loving relationship and a very lasting one. Just to satisfy her boyfriend's request, that's wrong. I don't need that extra stress. Although I wake up every day, it's the same thing. It's not like I'm thinking about it. If something happens, it happens, and we will address the issue. I assure my viewers that we will address the issue, and we are, actually. Sex behind that there's a pawn shop somewhere in the Philippines with Frisbee's false teeth. We used to joke about that, but I would not be surprised. Brisket says, I'd love to buy those teeth and send him a video of them munching some brisket. You gotta admit, though, when it comes to this guy, a lot of humor. I mean, despite what he did to me and all that shit, he was entertaining. He sure was. Man, I'd be scratching my head on 75% of the things that this guy was saying or doing on his show. Oh, yes. Okay, can you guys hold on a second here? Yeah. Well, we have four. Is that okay? Four? Go ahead. Yeah. Are you the same guys that give you water all the time? Same guys? Yeah.
Mamasintoy.
These are the same
Asa de?
guys?
Busy.
Okay. All right.
Bottle. Busy de siya?
Oo.
How much is that? 80? No,
Biyahe lang to kagabi.
no, 100?
80.
Oh, I got,
Biyahe.
well, I got 100. You got change? No, I'm sure they have change.
Nabiyahe si Intoy.
Ano man?
Biyahe.
Okay.
Nabiyahe ba sa babae?
Yeah, 4 gallons saka
80.
80.
80. You have 20? Thank you, guys. All right. See you next time. Actually, do we? Sorry, guys. Had a water delivery going on here. I'm sure you'll forgive me for that. Okay, I gotta catch up on here. Master of Puppets. I don't think Bummer is smart enough to think of retaliation. I think Brevis is behind it all because you turn it. Brevis is behind a lot of things. Now, of course, his biggest hijinks is what he's trying to do with Nika. You say, well, Frank, are you afraid of what she's going to have to say? I'm not afraid of what she's going to say because I got nothing to hide, first of all and foremost. And just because she's in a wheelchair and everything that's going on with her, I feel bad for her, I always did, but just because somebody's in a wheelchair doesn't mean they can't be devious. It doesn't mean that they're innocent as a newborn babe. I'm sorry, but some things just don't apply. She's not innocent. But I still respect, the situation she's in. It's not pleasant. She has some serious issues going on. Very serious issues. And you have to feel for her in that way. Her parents didn't want to pay for a polio vaccination, and this is what happened. She could be living a normal life, walking, falling in love, making love, enjoying life in the park without a wheelchair. And she's not able to do that. She's not able to do that, and it's not her fault. It's not her fault at all. I don't want to point fingers and say to parents, but let's be honest about it. The parents did not give her a polio vaccination. And as a result of such, she contracted polio. How could you not feel sorry for her in that respect? You'd have to be pretty cold. But what Brevis tried to do, he's just an ugly person inside and out. Brevis, you think Barry's bad? I got news for you guys. Let me put this volume down here or something. I got news for you guys. He is one of the sickest motherfuckers on YouTube, without question. He stalks people. He stalked Fazio. He stalked me. I mean, to go down the list, he wanted to be seen with the more infamous or famous YouTubers. He had to be seen with them. He had to be seen. Don't forget, he ran away from California. Ran away. Father spent money on him on an Ivy League school that he didn't even finish. You know, he went to Berkeley, which is a pretty good school in California. You know, he has to have some reasonable intelligence, but then you start to question yourself. If he's that intelligent, why does he do the things that he does? Why did he have to put a restraining order out on some people because they were after him? Was it the drug industry? What was going on with that? He did work in a dispensary. Sometimes you got to put two and two together. Did he run off with their money during a COVID time? What happened? Is that why he ran out of state? He had to get a restraining order for him and his family. If you didn't know that, it covered him and his family, because apparently, whatever he did, he and or his family were being threatened. Well, when I say Ivy League, I don't mean like, you know, Princeton or something like that. I mean, Berkeley's not a bad college. I mean, it's not necessarily Ivy League, but compared to some places like, you know, like SUNY, New York. I mean, there's a lot of places I could list, but Berkeley's not a bad school to go to. It's not a bad school. It's not the top of the line colleges, but Berkeley has a pretty good reputation. So he attends Berkeley, doesn't even finish it, gets himself in trouble in California, and that's why he's in the Philippines. He meets a girl, gets her pregnant, he's still with her, not married. She might be still married, I don't know. They're always asking me these questions. What's your status, Frank? Well, what's her status? I don't know. I really don't. And I don't really care. But then he gets another girl pregnant inside of his relationship. Why is she still with him? I guess to support money. Why would she still be with him? I guess to support money. Would you want to be with Brevis if you were a chick? He's got these blank eyes. When he stares into the camera, like Barry used to say, look at my eyes and nobody's home. But in Brevis's case, that really does apply. He's been here, you know, I've seen him. And you ever see him on camera when he's in the bar and he decides to stare into the camera? Guys, that blank stare on his face, that's a fucking psychopath. I'm telling you, man, I've been around for a while. I seen that look in his eyes. There's something really radically wrong with that guy. He needs attention, and I don't know why he wants to be in the starlight, you know. Why does he need so much attention? Why is he the one that's always trying to go into... I mean, he gave me this big spiel that, man, I've been your biggest fan. That's scary shit right there. Man, I've been following you since day one. And I'm like, to Gilda on his side, holy shit. That's why we didn't want him around. He came, and I was in Cebu. Came again. Oh, Frank's not home, whatever. His kids told me. So I finally got back, and lo and behold, he shows up again.
He says, I was afraid to come out. That was never the situation. Took him 40 minutes to come out. 40 minutes. Took me 4 minutes. I was in the CR. And they told me that somebody's out there for you. Okay, and I went out. And I basically said, well, who the fuck are you? Oh, I'm Brevis. I'm your biggest fan. Guys, hey, I'm not lying. This is the way it went down. Sounds like the type of person that travels with rope, rags, and a shovel. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. He was looking old in that Nika video. Yeah, I saw that. He must have aged 10 years since he's been. I agree with you on that. Now he wants to find joy. What sick motherfuckers are on here? Do you wonder why that it's not the greatest idea I stay on YouTube? Look what I'm dealing with out here. Jesus Christ. There's some scary people out there. I mean, scary psychologically, not necessarily physically, but psychologically, man. I mean, Brevis is a real stalker. He's the real McCoy. He's the real thing. He is a fucking stalker. You remember he went to Fazio's that time? And Fazio was talking to one of his buds on the phone, one of his crony followers. And he was near the window. He was recording Fazio on the fucking phone, dudes. Then walking around the house and making rude comments about, the surrounding area and the shack he's living in. Then, of course, he had to put himself in the picture again. When Daisy May came over to rummage through all his belongings. He showed up, dudes. I think you're aware of that. He showed up. He was going through Fazio's personal fucking diary and reading passages in there. The guy is a fucking psycho. Yeah. He probably took the diary, because you know what? Daisy May didn't give a shit. She said, if there's something you want, I'm pretty sure he probably did take it. Wow, man. Hagante comes in. I often wonder what would be if I hadn't visited that day. It's all your fault, Hagante. It's all your fucking fault for bringing him down here, man. What's wrong with you? You cost me a lot of money. You don't even donate to my show. I left the Gcash out there somewhere. You guys could enlighten him on the Gcash. I'll leave it on my next... My goodness. Do that much for me. My God. Seriously. Wow. But the diaries did show Fazio is nuts. He was scribbling thousands of pages. Yeah, man. I told you, man, we got some screwballs out there. Popeye, Don C, all these, just screwballs, man. They're fucking screwballs. You heard of birds of a feather? Well, this is it. I can't think of a better example than the Philippines genre. Look at it, we got Philippine Antics and a chick on there, She fucking brought a bomb to a fucking drugstore. She went to prison for that. She comes on doing a fucking show like nothing ever happened. I know people say, well, she served her time. No. You should never do anything like that. Just like fucking Barry should be called no fucking child predator. Again, I use that expression. You don't walk into an auditorium and yell fire. When there's no fire, people can get hurt or killed. Remember, people are cattle. Which I also say all the time, too. People are cattle. And they're going to cattle themselves out of that fucking theater. And they're going to step on each other's heads. And they're not going to stop to help you. No one's going to stop to pick you up. They just want out of there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Get it through your fucking heads. People are fucking cattle. Only interested in self-preservation. And fuck everybody else. So big deal. Barry's girlfriend puts a fucking report to deportation to me. That's nothing. To her. But it's something to me and Gilda. trying to break us up? Well, Barry said, well, you're trying to break us up. I said, I'm not trying to break you up. Me or anybody else, all they've ever said, we don't want to see you get hurt. We don't want to see you get hurt emotionally. That's all me or anybody has ever said. Ever, 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 ever. No one called her a whore. No one called her a prostitute. I don't know about anybody else, but I didn't. Or else they would have produced a video. Barry says, hey, I got the video. And what does he play? Did I say whore? Did I say prostitute? All I mentioned, conjugal visits. That's not the same as saying that she's a whore or a prostitute. Jails and prisons do have, many, or most, have conjugal visits. But that's not enough to put a fucking report in me on immigration to try to get me deported, to enact revenge against me. That's wrong. And to a religious chick like her, that's really wrong. These people go to church and shit. I know. They can go to the confessional box, no matter what they did, kill somebody, rape somebody, do it. It's all good if you say 10 Hail Marys. If he done a really bad thing, he'll say 15 Hail Marys. Fuck that shit. Religious people are the biggest fucking hypocrites in the world. Let's see. Is Heidi really Fazio in a wig? Invisible Friend says, and me with AI, I mean, who knows what they could do to somebody. Yeah. Nah, she's much more manly looking than Fazio. Well, I didn't say that, you did. I didn't say nothing. I don't approve these messages. But just to be nice, I'm not going to remove you, I'll just remove the comment. Okay, there we go. See how fair I am? Oh yeah, I've had a lot of time on my hands through the holidays and everything going on. It started with the fucking kidney stone shit, which really just put me out of action. Oh geez, yeah, I've been vlogging away like fucking crazy. But there's been a lot going on too, visitation here and everything else, and wanting my privacy and go in the other room while too many people are here. I don't mind the family and all that stuff, but sometimes too much noise, too much just, I'll go retreat in the other room, maybe do a show or something. That's what I was doing, you know. I'm not denying the company of the family. I just, or avoiding them. I just wanted to have a little peace now and then, you know. And to my dedicated viewers, who all got my Gcash now, right? Right? It is kind of amazing, though, yeah. Oh, no comment on your last entry. Okay. I didn't know you didn't comment on that. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, you can donate, Hagante. I'm on the platform now, Hagante. I have to pin that on there, that number. I have to pin it. But it's been a pretty wild ride for me, guys. It's been a really wild-ass ride. And you know that to be true. It's been the wildest ride I've ever took in my life. Dealing with people on YouTube and the insanity. But I will say, if you thought, now Fazio had his own craziness. Okay. The Hunch had his own craziness. But Brevis has his own unique craziness. He'll go ahead and he'll pay money to Nika. And she'll take it. And come up with some wild-haired story about me that they tried to put in the past. Nika would not say that in front of my face because she knows it ain't true. All the accusations they made. If that was true, her mother would not have wanted anything to do with me. When we met up accidentally at the Precision Diagnostics located in Cebu, and I already told that story, I went to get a routine CBC blood test and was waiting. It was pretty crowded. And Gilda looks over, and there's Nika and her mom. Her mom wasn't pissed off at me about anything. In fact, she apologized, said, "I'm sorry about all this crazy things going on." And I said, "That's fine." And we talked a little bit, even talked to Nika. There's nothing wrong going on. So we decided to help him out. I tell you what, there's no bad blood here. And we gave him some money. I think we gave him 2,000. I think. I think we did. I think we gave them 2,000 pesos. And they appreciated it. This way they didn't have to pay for their lab tests. So don't ever say I never done anything good for Nika. I've done a lot of things good, and Gilda's witness to that. Absolutely. Remember, there's only one time, and she could confirm that, one time did I ever be alone with Nika as far as Gilda not being with me. And that one time is when I was documenting the house for Holly in Florida so her friends could donate to see the living conditions. And she was never alone. Her sister was there, her father who was alive at the time, or her mother. She was never, ever, and you can't leave her alone anyway. She was never alone. So all that bullshit that came out, here we go with that word, coerced. She was coerced into saying some of the things she did because there was money involved. And what did she do with the money from donations? I told you guys. That was supposed to go toward medical stuff. She took her family and cousins and shit all to Bohol to visit relatives and party on. Well, as much as she could party, you know. That's what she did. And with the other donations she received, they went to the grocery store. They had a cart brimful of junk food, snacks, chocolates, candy. It was on camera. Potato chips, soda. That's what she bought with the money. There was nothing going toward medical. You guys got my point now? I hope you do. 50 Shades of Crazy. Very good. Next month in person. I said I'll shout you dinner if you're up to it. Would you, Huganti? Yeah, I don't have a problem with you. In fact, I never had a problem with you, did I? Nah, wait, but there was a time that... Nah, wait a minute. There was a time you were talking a little shit to me. You were on a forum somewhere on YouTube, on a live stream or something, and you were making comments that you thought I was crazy or some shit like that. You got to make up your mind what you think about me. Either you're for me or against me. That's all I have to say. You did say it's like you wanted to be part of the boys club is what it was. And they were making bad comments on me, and you just kind of fell along with it, man. I remember my memory, I'm not that old. My memory ain't that bad. I may forget lyrics, that's for sure. Things like that, you know, but there's some things that I don't forget. There's things that are embedded in my mind, like everything that Barry did. But again, don't be pointing fingers at me in regards to Barry's situation. Don't ever point fingers to me that I did something bad. I'm not the one that ran away from immigration because he did not want to pay 7 years of his fees. Along with that, fines, everything else that goes along with it. I did not come on here every single day for how long? Doing shows on camera and off camera, calling me a child molester every single day. It's one thing to get mad at somebody and you spurt out something maybe you shouldn't have said, and I've done that numerous times on here, out of anger. But the big difference is, my feathered friends, or my tethered friends, is that you're doing it every day. Was once enough to express your disagreement with somebody or anger? Did you do it every single fucking day? I didn't. No. When the smoke cleared, I didn't say anything. I let people know how I fucking feel. That's just who I am. I don't hold it in. I express it. I'm a very expressive person. That's just who I am. And sometimes I can't help myself. At least what I speak is the truth. And nothing but the truth, Your Honor. But he was doing this shit every fucking day until sundown. It's called creating or ruining a reputation for somebody. To him, he thinks it's just words. You think I'm going to spend 30 years in jail because I called you a name and I hurt your feelings? I hurt your feelings? What a sick motherfucker. No, you hurt my reputation on YouTube and even outside of YouTube. You motherfucker, that's what you did. What damage did I do to you? It's not like you're a business or corporation or you're into politics, he says. Bullshit. You don't have to be into politics or own a corporation or be a politician. Makes no goddamn difference. I'm a layperson. I'm not a politician. I don't own a big business or nothing. I'm still a person, and what he said was wrong. It was wrong, no matter how you turn it upside down, sideways, up, forward, east, west, north, south. It was wrong. You don't call somebody that every single fucking day. If you want to get mad, call him a name. Call him 3 names. He's called me every name in a book. But you don't make your whole show about somebody with the same speech coming out of his mouth. That you're a pedophile, and you got erectile dysfunction, you got a little dick, you're a chomo, you're a cum-guzzling motherfucker, this and that. Comes a time when you say, buddy, I warned you, enough is enough. And then he doesn't stop. I told you a situation. I was working for Corvettes, which is a department store when I was really young. In the record department, salesperson. I worked with John, a guy named John Carr. Not a made-up name, John Carr, but C-A-R-R. Again, he was sweeping the floor, and he kept on sweeping the goddamn refuse on the floor of my shoes. Told him to stop. Okay. All right, come around again. He's sweeping this shit on the floor of my shoes, second time. I warned him again, and I was getting mad. He did it a third time. 3 strikes, you're out. I grabbed the motherfucker by his neck till his eyeballs were popping out of his fucking head. And the manager guy for the record department had to come by and break it up. But it continued into the parking lot, but he tried to go after me. That didn't do him any good. I had him in a headlock. I punched the shit out of his face, kicked him in the fucking head. He didn't stop. That's the point. I'm a calm guy, but don't fuck with me that much. Just don't do that. And I don't care how fucking old I am. I will address the situation if it's necessary. If somebody beats the shit out of me, I guess that's going to happen. But I'm not going to stand there when somebody is being persistent on doing something to me that I just don't appreciate. Anyway, on that issue. I know you're all a little nuts. Every one of y'all are nuts. You're the nuts in my chocolate. Speaking of, I'm getting hungry. Look at the nuts. Oh, chocolate. I got a little piece. Oh my God, I got some dark chocolate, a little piece left. Okay, gentlemen. I think y'all understands me by now, where I'm coming from. I don't hide my feelings. And you shouldn't anyway. You get an ulcer. My mom was like that. My dad was very outspoken. My mom, she was on the quiet side. She used to hold everything in, which, is not really healthy. If you got something to say, you say it. Spout it out. It's healthy to vent. But be careful what you're venting, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because you can say some things that are going to get your ass killed or get your ass hurt or can just, hurt somebody's reputation. As you see, I did not take this matter very lightly. And many people were shocked today, actually, even he was. Immigration ain't going to catch up with me. You got to do something wrong. They don't give a shit about you unless you get in trouble with the law. Well, I know not only did I get him the immigration after his fucking ass, and he's in jail 21 months now, but he's got 5 cases against him of cyber libel. It is a criminal offense. It's not civil. Civil. It's not civil. Now he's got to face that. Who knows what else? The second case. I already spoke to my lawyer about that. He said he'll get back to me about that. It's already been written up. But apparently he wants to add some other goodies to this. I'm not saying what the goodies are. He wants to rewrite, not at an extra charge. He won't charge me anymore. He wants to edit it a little bit because some other things have came up, and he wants to put that in there too to make sure that the fiscal will approve this. So it's not sent out to the prosecutor yet. In all honesty, no, it's not sent out, but it's getting ready to be sent out. Well, his girlfriend didn't want to cooperate. I laid the rules down, my rules. She did something very wrong, and she knows it damn well. She knows it damn well. Damn fucking well. What she did was wrong. It was an out-and-out lie on everything she wrote in that fucking report. How she lives with herself, I really don't fucking know. The good Catholic that she is. How she lives with herself, I don't know. All for Bummer? You gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. For him? That she would do that for him? Did he scare her to death? What happened? Did he force her? Well, he already said he coerced her. Now we got that. That's the blessing right there, is I got that. I got the audio bite on that. They'll accept that. Immigration will anyway. They'll accept that. So we'll see what happens. And she's going to be very lucky if the DOJ doesn't take any action on her for harboring and abetting a fugitive. And he was a fugitive. Absolutely was a fugitive. He's going from place to place. Then he wound up at her place in Karkar. Absolutely. He said, oh, she didn't know nothing about it. Yeah, she didn't know anything. Innocent as a newborn babe. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Anyway, that's my show. Bye, guys. Gcash, my friends. Gcash all the way. We'll catch you again. Take care, guys. I think I made my point today very well. I'm such an expressive guy, but for the best of everyone. I make you happy. I make myself happy. Isn't that what it's all about? Rejoice, people, rejoice. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.